Freakazoid is a superhero in the loosest sense of the world. While surfing the internet, a 16-year-old computer nerd Dexter Douglas was sucked into the World Wide Web. Now, upon the command Freak Out, he turns into a lightning-haired, blue-skinned character with an F on his red chest, though you're more likely to detect ADHD in him than any superpowers. Freakazoid nonetheless stands up and outwits a host of strange rogues. But while it was conceived as a cartoon series like the Marvel and DC cartoons during the decade, Freakazoid keeps conflict to a minimum and comedy at its fullest main course. The show finds great success with its approach, like in the mid-90s WB Bethran. Freakazoid aims above your typical daytime TV cartoon audience with the raunchy crudeness of today's Adult Swim fare, but with an active satirical bent and an insatiable appetite for pop culture references. The show has an excellent sense of humor. It's zany, but it's not random for randomness' sake. Its allusions and parodies tie to an era of the past and contemporary personalities and properties. Never contempt to merely mention something and have audiences make the connection. The show's use of targets anyways push towards a joke, many of which are likely to float right over kids' heads. In the nearly 5 hours of the content produced in the first season, there are jokes about Shannon Stone, Jerry Springer, and Rush Limbaugh. There are parodies of Alfred Hitchcock thrillers and 2001: A Space Odyssey. There's even a disclose of F-Troop, complete with a video evidence. It's all funny, but a Saturday morning time slot in a block called Kids WB invites an audience unlike to appreciate the rich intertextuality. Perhaps none too surprising, Freakazoid failed to approach the nearly 100-episode runs of Tiny Toons and Animaniacs, getting cancelled after 2 short seasons and 24.5 episodes. Freakazoid is divided into fragments, but it's presented in a very loose, open format that never gets tired. There are some stories told in other universes that involve Freakazoid. Among the colorful personalities making the multiple appearances are Plump, obsessive fanboy who knew this type was so perfect recognized back then, an eager to help hero who's like Charlton Heston crossed with the Jolly Green Giant, the Lobe, a baddie without the know how to support his brainy look, and Lord Bravey, a Rother British John Cheese type wannabe superhero. One of the more entertaining characters is Sergeant Crossgrove, who appears to be Freakazoid's best friend. Without fail, the Ed Answer voiced police officer provided at least a hearty chuckle. Whether the focus is on the territorial split personality, a quirky nemesis, or a newly introduced character, somehow in between, this series consistently entertains. If you're familiar with Animaniacs, then you have a good idea of what to expect here. Freakazoid is a little wilder and less story-driven, dramatic interruptions, and a recurring element. The fourth wall is regularly broken down. There is sparring but highly inspired use of live-action footage, reinforcing the 90s flavor. President Bill Clinton is a recurring character. One department some might consider overly visited is bathroom humor. We do encounter a knowingly overlong series of spit, vomit, takes a mention of other private functions. Even these brief bodies forays somehow manage to be funny. Freakazoid is a highly entertaining show, and I recommend anybody watch it. This is Red Wolf signing out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.